I believe what has happened here has got nothing to do with the methodology or the science behind continuous improvement, with the science behind lean manufacturing and just in time. That science remains, but for Toyota, lean manufacturing was part of their foundation, and the core of that foundation is respect to people and continuous improvement. I think along the way they lost that. Right? They fundamentally they were supposed to continuously improve and not compromise, and always listen to the people and always give respect. What happens when you forget your foundation? When you lose your roots? When you lose your roots, you get strayed. Right? You get strayed, and then you can, it's like you have your GPS navigator which is guiding you in the right path, and all of a sudden you decide that I don't need this anymore because I have enough experience. I don't need my GPS navigator. Right? I can sail because I have been sailing through this ocean for the last 60 years, and I know every nook and corner of this ocean. So I don't need a GPS navigator. So I don't need my foundations anymore. And then you get thrown with a curveball. Right? You have a freak storm, you have a freak incident that changes the landscape of your path, and then you end up going somewhere else. So the same way, even though you are the one that developed this methodology, but if you lose your way, losing yourself in that, you become overconfident, complacent, and then you start to lose your foundations, then you can definitely end up somewhere else, and everybody would take that opportunity to say that, right, you are not good, you don't practice what you preach. Right? I think when you lose your foundation, it's like putting in all the effort to become #1 in the cricket league, and then becoming complacent as soon as you become #1. Right? Because you put in a lot of effort, you train, you work hard, you work as a team, and you achieve that success. As soon as you achieve that success, you forget about your foundation. What brought you there? If you forget that, which is your culture, which is your history, which is all your essence about the people, if you lose that, I think you can lose your way. So I think this is what has happened. I don't think there's any problem with the methodology. I don't think there's any problem with the science behind the methodology. But as an organization, or the people who were supposed to make the right decision probably lost their way. There's this thing that you become your own worst enemy, because when you are faced with an enemy, right, and your enemy has certain traits, certain personalities, certain character. In order to win your enemy, you adopt some of your enemy's behavior. If you adopt some of your enemy's behavior and don't realize that you need to let it go once you have won, you can become your own enemy. Right? So I think the best person I like to quote is George Lucas, because George Lucas was one of the first to say no to the Hollywood studios, and he developed his own technology, which is the Lucas pictures and all the animation concepts and everything, the Star Wars movies, because he didn't want to bow to the corporate pressures of these big studios, listening to people who do not understand creativity and all that. But eventually he himself has said, in order to win these people, he had to develop the same talent as what he said. He had to become a corporate man himself. Right? So, and it becomes very easy for you to lose yourself into the path of your own competition.